Okay, by now I helped it along a little bit with my hair dryer. So then what you have to do is hold your knife against the panel, really against it, and we make the first cut. And that's the second cut. And now we have our little panel that way up because I want this on top. And we can throw that away. You can see that the PVA glue, it dries absolutely transparent, so that's good. It is archival, so that's also good. There's no acid stuff in it. So now we have our little panel, which is nicely cut all around. Now, all my little cutouts got blown all over the place. I have my stamps. I have my butterfly. And, oops, I had this nice little map thing. Let's see which is way up, that way up. With a nice blue thing around it, same color as the butterfly. And now I lost all my, oh no, there it is, there's one. And I'm going to be putting some gold on, as you can see, like this one. We're gonna put that one on. And I had another one, and that one's gone, so I have to go find it because I'm gonna stick all these things on there. Be back in a second. Okay, I found it. Now we have two of these. Maybe you're going to put on some more, but you know, this is the start. So right now you can change every layout, the whole layout, if you want to. So you can see where you want to put this. I think that's a good place. That's a good place. This one's okay. Yeah, there. Oops. And that one's going to go up here. Maybe put down the butterfly just a bit. Yeah, okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick it right like this. I think that's kind of cute. Okie dokie. So now I am gonna push out the water from the brush because I want to have the full glue, not thinned down or anything like that. So we're going to do the butterfly first. And the whole thing, you know, these butterflies, what I put on, they're just, you know, the first part of the butterfly. Because what I like to do, let me get another brush. This one's a little bit on the big side. What I like to do is, when it's stuck on there and it's dry, I like to paint them. And you can paint them with so many different things. You can do it with mica, with a little bit of gel medium to make it stick on there. You can put glitter on. I'm going to show you a lot of things you can do. Oops. This glue sticks like crazy. I have bought, I think, about 12 different sorts of glue. Nothing worked, and then I went to my bookbinder's glue, and that worked perfectly. Okie dokie, we're going to put it, make sure it's there in the middle. And that's okay. Because I want the head to be in the middle of the pattern up above. So that's that. It's on there for good. You cannot take that off now. Now we're going to go with the little stamps, which I really like. There you go. There you go. Okay, turning it around. Oh, I feel that one's a little dry. Okay, I'm gonna put that one right down here. Then our little map thing. I have to see if it's the right way up. There you go. Then we wanted this one down here. Yep. I'm going to first put some of this on top because you want this pretty wet to make the tissue paper see-through. You got to get it pretty wet. And this you have to really dab in place, and even sometimes add a little bit of water to get it really, oops, nice and wet, so that the tissue paper will sort of disappear. Well, not totally gone, but of course there's some of that white is because the glue is still wet, and we're going to let that dry. Now, let's see. This one was going to go up here. So we're going to give it a little bit of a layer. And then I'm going to stop the video again. Oops, that's Koopy. Okay. And that one was going to go like that. There it is. Okay. Pressing it down, and now we're going to let this all dry, and I will clean up my brushes, because you don't want to have brushes dry up with this stuff on it, because that is no way you're going to get that off there. Okie dokie, see you right back. Okay guys, we're back. Now as you can see, this sort of dissolved into the background. That's okay. It gets even better when you varnish it. So, getting my little, I hope you can hear me. I guess you do. Yeah. Okay. Now, the butterfly, I'm not really that fond of the colors. So what I'm going to do is get some color and mix it into a color I like. And let's see, then we're going to put that down here. I kind of like the light blue. That's that. And we're going to pull it down a little bit. That's looking a little bit better, because I don't like that really light blue color. So then I'm going to get a little bit darker. Going to put that over it. And normally I would be doing this offline, because it does take a little bit, you know, you have to really watch out what you're doing. Get it right in here. Okie dokie, that's okay. Now I'm gonna wait to do that side. I got the color right here. Now what I do is I take some transparent gloss glaze medium, put a little drop up there, get a new brush, and then I'm going to take something that I like, the color I like, put some glittery stuff down here. Not too much though. Dip my brush into the glaze medium and into that, and then I'm going to bring a little bit of that onto this part here. Now as you can see, it's starting to really look pretty. I want to come down here a little bit. Don't want to do the whole thing though, because then it's too glittery. I just want to outline the color a little bit, like that. Come down here. Okay. Now, oh, I'm looking for my other colors. Gotta get that. Now the primary elements are a really nice touch because they glitter all by themselves. Well, it gives a really nice shimmery sort of thing to it. So also in that glaze medium, I'm putting just a little bit of it in there, and then I'm going to touch up the butterfly. Just like that. And normally I do both sides at the same time. See that? There you go. So I'm going to finish the butterfly because that takes about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. And then I'll be back and we'll go from there. Okay guys, this part I've done because as you can see it's much darker than that bit. But I thought I'd show you anyway because, you know, it's a long video, but who cares? So what I'm doing is getting these primary elements onto the top of it because that's going to give that really nice little shimmer and a little bit more there. But this is a different type of painting than you do with the acrylics because if you put another layer on it, it will just shimmer a little bit more. See how nice and dark it is now? And in real life it is a little less dark than you're seeing on the video. Unless it's better when I upload the video, but who knows. So that's that. A little bit more gloss medium. We're going to do this one. Now these brushes are really detailed. They're nice and flat, and you can do a lot of stuff with them, especially push glitter into them. And if you want these brushes, all you have to do is go to well, AliExpress, or if you want them faster, Amazon. They will have these brushes. They're usually made for nail design stuff, but they work really well. They're really cheap, so after a while you just check them out and use some different ones. That's kind of nice there. Let's do that a little bit more. Put a little bit more of that, because we want it just, you know, outline, not the whole thing, like I said, then it gets too glittery, but just the outline. There you go. That is kind of cute. Then I would like a little bit more at the edges. Like here. I hope my head isn't in the way because I'm sort of getting really close to my work. There you go. Now, that is okay for me at the moment. Then I have to finish this one off. Make that the same. Go with this one. So that's sort of the same color. Then we're going to put some of the mica on it. Now this one, the primary elements, all you have to do is go to colorart.com, and they're American based, so you guys will not be paying for the import duties stuff. So that's a good thing, right? Let's see if we got them both a bit the same. Well, not really, but we can change that. There you are. Still have to get under the wings here. And now it's pretty much the same. A little bit down here. Yeah, okay. Now we're going to do the glittery stuff on top. Now you don't need the Vallejo if you can't get it, but just the glaze medium. I think a lot of companies sell glaze medium. What am I doing now? Oops. So glaze medium is the thing to buy. You can do a lot of things with glaze medium. Yep. Gonna put some here, and then we're gonna do the outline. And once you varnish this, you know, it'll sort of minimalize the glitter, but there you go. That's nice. Now we want something in the same color as the dark blue. So I'm looking for something that's going to be a perfect fit. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. And this is why I buy so much of that glittery stuff, because you need a lot of colors if you want to, you know, get sort of a design going. So we're going to put that in there. And now we're going to put that on real lightly. There, glittery, glittery. And I want to outline this one. That's about it. Yep. And then outline the big wings. There you go. Okay, maybe a little of the blue here and there might give it a nice touch. Don't be afraid to experiment. Yeah, that looks better. Now we've got that done. What I like to do is put on a first layer of varnish. And I'm going to show you how I do that in a second when I clean all this mess up. Okay, it's dry now, and what I'm going to do is put the label on the back, the certificate. So give it a layer of PVA. Oops. There we go. Got to see what the right side up is. There you go. Putting that in the middle. Oops. There you go. That's on there. And now we can do the layer of varnish. There we go. Okay. Now for the varnish, all I really do is load up my brush and start here at the top, making sure we get the whole side. There you go. And this is my own varnish. I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, where to buy this varnish, but this is the one I developed myself, guys. So I can't send it to the USA because of the flight restrictions, but this is what I always use because it's really self-leveling. Right now you'd think, oh, that's going to be full of brush strokes, but it really isn't. There you go. That's the first layer. That's all I really do. As you can see brush strokes. This will be gone by the time, ooh, not that drop though. This will be gone by the time it's dry. And you cannot speed this up. You cannot put it in the sun. You cannot use a hairdryer because it's going to crack like crazy. It's real funny stuff. Just let it like this. And as you can see, the tissue paper is already, you can see it again, but once it dries, it's gone again because it's just reactivating the PVA glue. But that's no problem because it'll go away in a bit. So we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to do it again and again and again and again. Of course, I have to give the little butterfly its little antlers, so I have to do that, but we'll do that when this layer is dry. What I really would like to do is do a couple of layers and then put these little antenna things on, because then it'll look like it's a little bit above the background, but we'll see how that works out. Well, guys, if you're still with me, congratulations for looking at a really long video. But, you know, if you want to show how something is done from the beginning to the end, I guess, you know, that those are long videos. Here you can see the nice little glitter going on. Here, this whole piece is with the mica stuff on it. So that's going to be a really nice little collage once it's ready. Now, for other people, this is sort of what I would call the nice and quiet collage thing. But you could also add to this, because right now you see that the gold things on there, pretty nice. I'm pretty sure that some people would say, well, I'd rather have it in like dark blue, the color of the butterfly. Well, then all you have to do is put some acrylic paint in it, and then you can do the same thing I did on the stencil with a different color. So you don't have to think that because I use gold that you have to use gold. You can use any color you really like. So, and you can build upon this because you could even put a little flower on top. You could put a little curly thing up here. You know, there's still plenty of space to put stuff on. Now, what I also like is if you put a little bit of shadow around this butterfly. And we would then imagine that the light is coming from top. So you don't put the shadow up here, but you put it all along the wings of the butterfly. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this here, but it's like the stamps are raised. This is something that you can do in Photoshop. You can do a drop-down shadow. Then you make the sun come up from here, and then on the bottom you have these little shadows that sort of implicate that the stamp is on top of it. It's all about how you use Photoshop. Now, a lot of people maybe in the beginning already said, well, that's not for me because I don't have Photoshop. The thing is that Photoshop nowadays is pretty expensive. And as I know, it's all online, and you know, you have to pay something like $500 a year to be on there. I'm not sure. I didn't even dig into it because, let me take a sip of my coffee. Because what you can do is just get old Photoshop. If you get like CS5, CS6, that's the one I'm using, and I think there's also a CS7, but if you get one of those and you only need the Photoshop, you don't need the Dreamweaver and InDesign and all those other ones, all you need is the Photoshop one. I'm pretty sure if you looked on Craigslist, you would find them, and we have a Craigslist that's called Marketplace, and they are on there for, I don't know, $50, something like that. If you can grab one for $50, I would say grab it, because when you're designing stuff, you know, there's nothing better than the Photoshop. Even, you know, for the printing of the of stuff, you know, designs you made, all that's just so easy. You can make your own brushes, you can make your own colors, you can make your own everything. And I don't think $50 would be really expensive for something like that, because all those brushes are free. You can go to Google and you can Google Photoshop brushes free, and you'll get so many that you can just use. And you know, I don't want to get into the rest. You have actions and you have patterns and you have all sorts of things, but I like to keep it low-key that everyone can do it. So I would suggest that you do that. Okay, guys. Rest me no more than, well, this one is for sale, of course, if you want to buy this one. It is 59 euros, but it's free shipping, so there's no additional costs. I'm selling all my 15 by 15s for 59 euros. Which I don't think is much because I have to send it overseas. I have to package it. It takes me about a day to make one, so I'd be a starving artist anyway, but that's okay. I'd have fun starving anyway. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Love you all to pieces. Bye-bye.